Bonjour, Kinamagi and Erlen Adijnikas, and welcome to this production of the My Math Network. Today's episode, Chapter 10, Lesson 3, Hands-on, Model Fraction Multiplication. Let's begin by looking at our previous session's assignment. And in this one, we were estimating the products of fractions, and there were multiple ways to do this. In this one, number one, we found a compatible number to 26 that 3 would go into evenly. They went with 24. You could have gone with 27 as well, as long as you followed the process from there on out. In this case, 27 divided by 3 would have been 9, times 2 would have been 18. These are both close to 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 5.5 is closer to 5 than it is 6. 8 and 5, 6 is closer to 9 than it is 8. 5 times 9 is 45. And here we rounded 53 to 50 and determined half of 50 was 25. Half of 100 is 50. Floor is about 10 times 14 or 140 square feet, so the answer is yes. And it's 3 ounces at the end. It's about a third of a cup. Let's take a peek at what today's assignment will look like, just so you can kind of have a visual. And you can see a helpful hint. 5 times 2/5 is the same as 2 times 5 divided by 5. We'll explain that here in the lesson. You can see we're going to use some of these model pieces where they had 5 times 2/5. They took 2 out, they colored in 2 out of each of the 5 and then moved it, the 2, then the next 2, the next 2, the next 2, and the next 2, and all of a sudden we had 2. You do that with those problems. And you can use models here on these. And there's 5 total problems. This essential question in Chapter 10 is what strategies can be used to multiply and divide fractions. And today we're using a model strategy. We're going to start right in the book. You should have your page 719. It's lesson 3. If you don't, you should pause the video and go get it. You will need it. Remember, the point of all of this is to create an artifact as we teach, so that all you have to do is look back on it when you're doing the assignment. All right, so we have find 1/3 times 3 using repeated addition. Since the denominator is 3, each model is divided into how many sections? Basic, niche, and sway. 3. You can see that. Now we're going to shade 1/3 of each model. How many sections of each model are going to be shaded? What's this numerator? 1. So let's go ahead and do that step. Color in the 1. There's 1 on that one. There's 1 on that one. So now we have them. We have those ones colored in. How many are colored? How many total sections? Well, let's go ahead and move them. There's 1 there. There's another one there. I want to say good morning to our new students, the puppies in my living room today. They're excited for math. So how many did we color in total? Basic, niche, and sway. And we'll talk about step 3 in just a second. Make sure you have these colored in. Give you just a couple seconds to do that. You've been doing it long, pretty quick. Remember, if I say I'm going to clear the screen, you need to pause the video. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and clear the drawings. So now we need to do the model for, shows the product of 1/3 times 1. Or sorry, 1/3 times 3. And one thing I'd like to show you is that a whole number looks like this. So the number of shaded sections was 3. Total number of sections, 3. And if you notice, 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 1 is 3. And what is 3/3 equal to? 1. So our answer is going to be 1. Go ahead and fill that in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen. You can see the answers there. Try it. Find the unknown in 2 times 3/4. Use models, write in simplest form. So our first step is going to divide each model into 4 equal sections since the denominator is 4. 1, 2, and my sections may not be perfectly even. As you can tell by that drawing that apparently I've decided I have a loop in it, little arc. All right. Then shade 3/4 of the first 2 models. I'm gonna get a bigger one. I'm gonna change the color. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're shading these in too. How many sections of each model are shaded? 3. How many total sections? 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Oh, I made an error here, just to kind of help you out here. So let me fix that part. 1 second here. I misread the problem. My deepest apologies to you. So what happens is there's distractions. So we had 3 is 6, but we had the 4 sections. So this is going to be crossed out. It'll be 6. I'm going to bring back my yellow here. So we had 3, 4, 5, 6 in. So what's totally shaded at? We'll see it on the next slide. Hopefully you have this colored in. I apologize again on ignoring the plus and just going with it. But that's a good important lesson is when you're learning is you need to stay focused regardless of puppies that are tickling your leg with your tongue. Yeah, that was a thing in here. But there's always going to be distractions and you have to make sure you stay focused. Go ahead and clear the drawings. So now using the numbers here, we saw that there was 6 shaded in and 4 total. Sorry about the yellow. 6 and 4. What's 6/4 equal to? 4 goes into 6 one time. And the remainder is 2/4, which I have to simplify into 1.5. If you already caught that 2/4 is a half and wrote it as 1/2 there, that's awesome. And 2 times 3/4 is the same as 3 times 2 divided by 4. So 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. And that's because 2 times 3 right there divided by that. Or this times this divided by this times that. That'll come out later. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clear the drawing. Quick talk about it after the answer key. Why 2 times 3/4? Well, I just kind of talked about it. It's 2 wholes times 3/4. 2 times 1 is 3. Remember, fractions show division divided by 4. How could I find 2 and 3/4 without using models? I could multiply the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6 over 4, because this would be over 1. 6/4 is simplified into 1.5. All right, I want you to practice it with these two questions. Go ahead, pause the video, unpause the video when you're ready. You may pause video now. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. 4 times 1/2. So here's your 4, and you cut shade it in half. Put together, you've got 2 full ones. So 4 over 2. And that over 2 is because there's 2 in each column. Here, 4 times 1/3. Put 1/3 of each. Totals up to 4 thirds, which is 1 1/3. And let's do these two before I send you off to work. Numbers 5 and 6. You may pause the video now. Welcome back. Let's see how you did. 2/3 times 5, so you 2 in each. And then I just start shading in my 2, the next 2, the next 2, the next 2, and that 2. That's going to equal 3, 6, 9, 10. And each section was 3, so 10 thirds, 3.5, or 3 1/3. 3 times 2/3 is going to be 6 thirds or 2 full ones. All right, so you're going to use those models, and you can draw your own at this point as well in order to do problems 1 through 5. Make sure you do the backside. If you're choosing to do this in the Google Classroom, feel free, but it will be difficult. You can't draw on your computer screen. Please don't try it. If you don't have the paper copy and you're doing it in the Google form, I would suggest you use a scratch piece of paper to draw this and then just shade it in. It won't matter if it's perfectly proportioned. If you have any other general questions, please email me at mireland@sagchipschool.net. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in class. Have a minute, Minwa. Mama P.